Good morning, Poetry Corner with you on this extremely hot day to be. Like yesterday was very hot. Quite difficult as well yesterday for a time, but there we are. Things don't always go your way, do they? Lots of kvetching on Islington Green, which is good though. It's good to meet people again, and it's like you notice, well I noticed, that, this is a bit of a shock. This has been 3 months, and I don't know whether this is going to come to an end in the way that we'd like it to just yet, but still, it's definitely change, isn't it? And I'm going to do this morning, clear my throat, I'm going to do some Joe Shapcott for you, because the subject of change is the only constant and all of that stuff. And this is a collection called Of Mutability. It's just a posh word for change. We don't just call it change, no, because yes, we like words in Poetry Corner. And words have lots of different roots, different meanings, different contexts and all of that. But that aside, Of Mutability won the 2010 Diaries, has won lots of awards, very good. The poems here are fresh, unflinching and memorable as the author explores mortality and the nature of change in the body and the natural world and in the shifting relationships between people. Full of wisdom and joy, a book for a lifetime. That's by another poet, Carol Ann Duffy, so she's up there, is our Joe. Very good. I just was reading it and I came across, there's two that I'm going to do. Religion for Girls and Religion for Boys. They sound like really sort of difficult titles, but actually that's they're great. So I'll go for Religion for Girls. That's how they appear in the book. Religion for Girls first and then Religion for Boys. As I sit here listening to the fourth movement of Mahler's Fifth, and I'm doing a sort of personal exercise where I'm confronting, I don't know if that's the right word, but things that have moved me uncontrollably and immeasurably in a not a very constructive way, that hasn't served up until I came into recovery, I should say, really. Because I can see things in a changing light, a different way. And this is the first time I've had this on, actually, and it's got a pull. It's all tragic and all that stuff, but actually it's also just very beautiful. Okie doke. Religion for Girls. I'd better turn it down a little bit because it sort of comes and goes. Okay. Religion for Girls by Joe Shapcott. Just now, we need as many as we can get. Myself, I'd like an underground goddess to supervise the tube, to watch the drains. A god for airlines, one for dodgy builders and one for children's breath. But we've got this, a temple filled with marble body parts. The giant hand with which Mithras killed the bull, Minerva's head, her helmet lost, her wisdom leaking out. A tiny Mercury too small to dash between earth and paradise, stuck chatting here. A local London genius for this and that, an elderly god for the Thames. Lying down. A mother goddess, unnervingly, powerfully plump. A god from Egypt for the underworld, Bacchus for giving sparky life. And all of these gods and bits of gods left here to chew over the wandering mortals of London as we chant our evening standards to ourselves in our stalled commuter trains, curse under our breath at traffic jams, high-rises, shopping centres, and go about our business, following the invincible sun from east to west. And now, Religion for Boys. Thursday night in the Temple of Mithras is busy. Deals to do, rituals to keep, favours to return. But all the lads take time to nod to the goddess as they go. The little stone figure in the porch who overflows onto her plinth. No female's been through that door, that church door, not even her. More ancient than the altar, carved like a movie, where a sacred bull has an ear of corn sprouting from his tail, and a raven, dog, snake, and scorpion surround the young god under the sun and the moon. She's older than resurrection, and she's seen it all before. The men, muttering and striving before the sacrifice, eyeing each other's rank. She chuckles. These boys do such hard graft. Big tests where they're sat hard against the fire, torturing themselves through 7 grades towards perfection. The costumes and the drinking, whether beer, wine, or cockerel blood, it starts them chanting, Father, Father, Father. The words sliding out of the temple, through the porch, into the goddess's granite fists, until she lets it fly to the sun and to the moon. There you are. There's 2 by Joe Shapcott. Yes, Alison, hi. I hope you're well, my darling. I was going to do a soporific one just for you, but with all this hammering outside, it's not easy. And the time of day that I like to do these as well, but I hope you are getting more sleep. And, everybody else out there, friends, strangers. I haven't got any lovers out there yet, but there we are. That's another story. Have a lovely day as we sort of move out of lockdown into another normal. And I watched the news last night, Channel 4 News, and I kind of wish I hadn't. I mean, the US is looking more like a fascist state every day, isn't it? And my God, talk about heavy-handed. There's lots of trouble, but there's always light, and there's always hope, and there's always love. So with that, I shall wish you a good day. Thank you.